Welcome back to Whisky Whims with me, Stuart. Today we've got Glen Elgin from Watt Whisky. First on the channel for Watt Whisky, not Glen Elgin. But I purchased this back in 2023 for £70. I was influenced by one of the Tabes, our bottle split group. I believe it was Ryan who said this was a fantastic dram, or it might have been Mark as well. So I decided to pick it up at the time. This is now my second bottle of Watt Whisky. Like I said, I've only got two. We visited them during our trip to Campbelltown, and Kate and Mark were absolutely fantastic. So yeah, like I said, 60.9% ABV, natural presentation, natural colour, natural no chill filtration is what I'm trying to say. But we'll get right down to it. I've already added water to this because it's 60.9%, and I actually opened this during my kind of closed bottles reveal that I done a couple months ago, maybe in October. And yeah, I've had it that long, opened that long, so we've got a bit out of it. But yeah, we'll get down to the review, and like I said, it needs water, so this has got water in it, and it's got plenty of water. You can drink it the way you like, but I know how much water it needs, and it takes it very well. So I'm not going to review it without the water, we'll just go straight into it with the water. So there's like a distinct copper smell on the nose. There's lots and lots of tropical fruits, waxy lemons, which I feel like is quite common with things like Glen Elgin and Clinleash. Glen Elgin and both kind of Clinleash, quite robust malts, spirits, and really hold up well in a blend. That's why they're chosen for blends. There's apple tart. Possibly some shortbread as well. There are notes on the back. It doesn't give you a nose, palate, finish breakdown, it just gives you generic ones. We'll read it at the end, but yeah, for me the copper's the most distinct thing, and you've also got that really fruitiness and the waxiness obviously, but it's definitely a fruity dram. Like I said, it needs the water. It's quite obviously pale in colour, there's not much influence there other than just the spirit. So the palate, there's those fizzy peach rings. I don't know if you remember them. I certainly do. I don't know if they still do them. I don't know if like Tupperware or tuck shop sweets are still a thing, but I remember going into my local kind of shop, and they would have kind of 1p sweeties and 5p sweeties for the bigger sweets, and it was these fizzy peach rings, similar to the fizzy apple rings, but they were peach flavoured. They were like 5p a go, possibly now like 20p a go or something, with the way kind of inflation's gone. But yeah, there's that for sure. There's more copper. It's kind of like licking a 2p coin, although that's not something I've ever done. If you believe that. There's marzipan loaf as well. There's some fresh pears, and there's quite a lot of butter. Like I said, in the nose, that shortbread element, that's kind of coming through towards the palate in the form of butter. Yeah, there's like a lot of kind of, I don't know what you would describe that, kind of baked goods like tart, shortbread, butter, all kind of there in amongst the nose and the palate. It's very well formed. It's fantastic, really, and it's quite simple. It's not too show offy. It's just robust. I think I said that earlier. It is robust. The finish. It's just one that it needs the water, but I was about to conclude, but right, so the finish, the finish is long, once again waxy, it's solid, robust, I don't know how you want to describe it, bold, warming. There's more copper. I feel like it's quite a consistent note in this dram for some reason. It feels very metallic throughout, from the nose, palate to the finish. There's some white pepper and possibly like a touch of ginger or something, spice, But yeah, the notes themselves here say marzipan, which, yeah, marzipan loaf, lemon meringue pie. I went with apple tart and lemon, waxy lemon, so I mean, yeah. Toffee shortbread. I wasn't getting a lot of toffee. I was getting shortbread, but I'm not sure about toffee and raisin butter. Raisin butter's possibly something I've never had. Is that just like, no, that can't be. I was going to say, is that just like a mixture of, I'm thinking of like a cookie or something, or like a raisin shortcake or something like that. I don't know what raisin butter is, to be honest, but there's definitely a butter theme going on here. Like I say, it's robust and it's solid. We'll get down to the review, whether it's a Whisky Win or a Whisky Bin. So if you're new here, how I rate my whiskies is on 3 factors. Would I buy it again? Would I recommend it? And do I think it's worth it? If we get 2 out of 3, it's a Whisky Win. If we only get 1 out of 3 or below, it's a Whisky Bin. So yeah, I think it's a very solid, robust dram. It's not necessarily one you can just, sorry, I just burped. It's not necessarily one you can just pick up off the shelf and drink, because you do need to kind of add water, kind of experiment with it. But I think once you've found that sweet spot, then you know how much water to add in the future. And then once you've done that, once you've found that sweet spot, you can just drink it. But it's hefty at 60.9. It's full on for sure. It definitely drinks like a cask strength whiskey. But it's great. It's, like I said, robust, full-bodied, bold, a lot of good flavours and a lot of bold flavours. Like the fizziness on the palate when I was first having this, first writing notes, was something that I straight away, I was like, this is fizzy on the palate initially, but then I was trying to think what I could relate that to, and it was the peaches came with it as well. It was just fizzy peaches, and it's just tasty. But the copper as well, that copper element just kind of changes things a little from this sweet, really sweet, fizzy element to a kind of tangy, metallic, but it's great. So yeah, do I think it's worth it at £70? I mean, it's 11-year-old and it is Glen Elgin, and that is the way things are going at the moment with prices. I wish it was cheaper, but it's the way things are, and I think this bottle in particular is worth it at £70, especially like 60.9%. That's a very high ABV. The amount of water that I'm adding to this is going to like double the length of time that I'll have this bottle for, if not triple it. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, I think the price is worth it, because I'm almost getting 2 bottles of whiskey out of it with the amount of water I'm adding. Would I recommend it? Yeah, if you struggle with high ABV whiskies, maybe not. And if you're not that much of a fan of non-sherried whiskies, and obviously not, it's just completely stripped back. It's just the malt and the bourbon. So yeah, I would recommend it. It depends what you enjoy, but I'd recommend it. And would I buy it again? Not on this occasion. It takes a lot for me to buy bottles again, because I'm always exploring, I'm always reviewing, try to get new whiskies in to review. And I mean, maybe down the line I would buy it again if I was kind of missing it, but I think there are other whiskies out there that are probably similarly priced and similar calibre of like experience, similar taste, that I would like to explore more of. I'd definitely buy more Watt Whisky, that's without a doubt. I've got the Invergordon 26, I got that for my Christmas, and I do want to buy more from Watt Whisky because, like I said, they're a fantastic duo, and also they're whiskies that we tried down at Campbelltown, which was the Invergordon was one, that's why I wanted it. Were fantastic, so they've definitely got a hold of things. They know what they're doing, I feel, especially speaking on a personal level. Yeah, they know what they're doing. But yeah, it's 2 out of 3. It's an easy Whisky Win for me. It's Whisky Win all day. So that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've been Stuart, this has been Whisky Wins. I'll see you later.